I think a veil is...
It's the frosting.
It's the frosting, yes.
Back in the 80s and 90s, the veil would stay on for the entirety.
Even if it was that long?
Yep.
So how are you dancing with it
They
when
wouldn't.
it's that long?
They'd have things oftentimes. The bride was huffing and puffing.
Hello, brides. In today's episode, we're going to be talking veils. The question is, to veil or not to veil?
And that is the question.
Yeah, we're going to be lame like that. So yeah, today's topic is going to be veils. So
The wedding veil.
I know, because that's where I'm at right now in my journey as well.
Yep.
I've got my dress tick. So now I'm thinking about the styling part and thinking of whether I veil or not to veil.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is that the concept of the wedding veil,
Yes.
the history of it,
Yeah.
but having been in the industry as I have since forever,
Yeah. Yeah, you'd actually probably know quite a bit and have seen
it's
all of it.
I mean, we see people coming in with their mother's veils, their
Yep.
grandmother's veils.
Yes.
So the veil
Yeah,
has persisted
absolutely.
through the times,
Yep.
through the ancient times. I was just reading here from Rome. I think
Yes.
they were saying that in ancient Rome.
Yes. So
Yeah.
this is where it's funny because we here, obviously we know veils are big. It's definitely a bridal thing. Now, right now with the trends, we're getting a lot of brides that are choosing to wear a veil. We obviously have brides as well that don't wear veils. That's also a big thing, and it's a very personal, I say topic. But I think a veil is that epitome of it's just finishing off the
It's
look.
the frosting.
It's the frosting, yes. But I've actually had girls ask, why do you wear a veil? What is it that you wear a veil for? But yeah, when we did a little bit of the research, can't tell you how factual or where we got the research.
Yes.
But they were saying how it's meant to be in Rome for modesty.
Yes.
So for two things, it was the modesty and purity element. So,
Yes.
before you get married, it's meant to, showcase that you've not been touched before.
Okay.
And also it's to ward off evil spirits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a case that you get to the end of the aisle, you lift it and go,
Oh my God, that's
oh
not
my
the
God,
person.
who have I got?
I actually,
And then it's too late to run.
or do they run? Can they run? I'm
No,
not
they
sure.
don't. They can run. But they can. If she's down or he's down the other end, coming towards you, or they are coming towards you, you've got a chance to split.
I know. So
But you don't if they're like, oh,
hello.
hi.
Because I actually had one of my bride's friends the other day tell me that in one of the cultures you wear the veil over your face, and they open it before they even go to the ceremony to double check that is the bride that they're meant to.
Okay.
Like
There isn't a
remarry.
fill-in and she's
Because
got a ladder and gone and eloped with the hot guy down
they
the
used to
street.
put a different person there. They could put a different bride,
a substitute bride.
Yes. And then you're
Okay.
marrying the wrong person.
Okay.
Scandal. So yes.
So the purity aspect,
Yes.
which is fine in itself.
Yes.
But then you've also got the other aspect, which is quite interesting,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
The warding of
Does it help the person wearing the veil in those times, or the person waiting at the end of the aisle?
Did
Did they know who was coming towards
I
them?
I don't know. But I just found when I read that I actually thought that was
surprised.
quite
Wouldn't it? If it was
hilarious.
somebody you liked, you'd, oh hi,
Hi, actually,
how
I'm
are you?
happy
Ready
with
to spend
that.
the rest of my life with you?
I actually thought that was quite hilarious
Yes,
in
it
the
is.
sense of that.
Okay.
But veils are definitely a big thing now with
Huge.
brides. Huge. Absolutely. And it's more becoming a statement piece is what
Okay.
I'm seeing. I don't know, Julie, have you
So when you
seen-
say statement piece, do you mean something that you look back on, say, with photos, for example?
Yep.
And it's a statement because here's this amazing gown. And I always think of a veil, rightly or wrongly, as it's a bit like a halo.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, it's
Interesting.
you know
Is
what I
that
mean?
what
Yeah,
you
I
do?
do. I always
Okay,
think here's the halo, and here she
Oh.
comes. No, whether it's a devil in disguise,
Okay,
we
yeah.
don't know. But just the concept
Yeah.
that it really does, in many ways, finish a gown.
Yeah.
But when you say statement, what do you mean?
Well-
For the bride, for the groom, for everybody else, for the
I
photographer?
would say for the bride, because right now, obviously, when we're talking about the historic of why you wear a veil, I mean, that's obviously not why brides now. I know that's not why I'm wearing it. I'm not warding off any spirits. I wouldn't say, not sure about
And you know who you're
yes, but
marrying.
Yeah, I know who I'm marrying. I'm
Yeah.
not, getting, arranged marriage. I don't know who they are. But the idea is it's meant to be that fashion statement or a statement to finish off the look. So when I say statement piece, I mean, you'll be seeing this too, but lace.
Yes.
Lace is coming in. We're talking 3D florals when I was looking at it. So a lot more applique type of veil. So obviously you would style that with a dress that's a little bit more simple, or even if you had a lacy veil, you had something to match it with.
Yes.
But that's what I mean by statement. I think it's the brides are putting even that little bit more thought into what they're going to wear for the veil, because it does finish off that look. So it isn't just going to be a simple one, which I actually have both. We have girls that are doing a very chic, very clean cut, very classic veil if they've got either a classic dress or they've actually got quite a bit of a detailed dress.
Indeed, because you don't want, I think lace and lace can look incredible.
Yes.
But you don't want it to clash.
No.
You want it to be, like we say, that frosting, that finesse, that statement, not two pieces that don't work together.
Absolutely. And when you're thinking, and think of it in a way that you're trying to put all the ingredients that you love into one, and it just is a hot mess. You know, you don't want it to be beautiful 3D fabric dress or something with then a chantilly lace veil that's, you know, proofed out. Like, it just doesn't go. So it has to be a complementary thing. But I think a lot of brides are definitely doing the look on the veil. But the other question, I don't know if you maybe even have thoughts, I have some thoughts, is wearing the veil over the face versus towards the back. Because you have the question of, firstly, to veil or not to veil, as we say, whether you wear one or you don't wear one.
Yes.
But if you choose to wear one, are you going to be wearing it just to the back?
Okay.
Or would you be wearing it?
So you're asking me.
Well, what do you see?
Okay. I think the cons, it's personal. We always say that. We always know that. Do what you want to do. Most of our brides, I think over the last 3 to 4 years, it's always been the single tier and either, as we say, just that raw edge with no definition or detail, a slight ribboned edge, or now, as we know, the chantilly laces and the 3D laces and so on. There's something to me that's quite special about the face veil or the blusher, as it's called, in the sense that if the door's open or if it's not doors and you see the bride for the first time and she's got that, it just completes that halo concept that I consider it to be, that it's quite beautiful. But I'm also mindful of the brides, and whenever I'm styling brides or working with brides, is to say, well, just make sure it's not hitting your nose.
Yes.
Make sure that you've got some air and some space between you.
Yeah.
And I mean, not out here.
I was like, well, you can't really.
Just, that's not. Because this thing that's annoying you and, and giving you a bit of a rash. But a bit of a rash? Not that sort of rash. I didn't mean that sort of rash. That was a Freudian slip. Sorry. But, something that's going to aggravate and irritate you, that then if you lift it up at the start of the service, I think it's quite beautiful.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you think?
Well, I like that. That's an interesting concept. The reason I asked you is because I feel like the 2-tier veil, which is the veil coming over the face, something that a lot of brides now are doing. I think they have seen it with photos and they're loving.
It's that romance.
Yes.
Of it. Yeah.
But I want to take the other flip side in saying that I feel like what I've also heard, and that's me personally too, and that's where I'm choosing whether do I put it over my face or not as well, which I know for myself, I don't want to do that.
Why?
Purely for the fact that I just think it is that because you've got something over your face, yes, it's sheer, but it's irritating. Like it's in your face.
You're like, I can't see.
I can't see. I can't walk. I've got my hair and makeup done. I'm walking down the aisle, and to me, in my mind, when I'm walking down the aisle, that's when my partner, so Andy's going to be seeing me for the first time. And if I've got a veil over my face, it's covering, what my hair's doing, or it's covering my face.
No, that's fair, Pickle.
And I can't see where I'm going or what I'm doing. And it's, again,
you're marrying. You're not marrying the best man or something.
I walk that way. Oh, Andy, wow.
Who are you?
Yeah. So I've heard that as well, where a lot of brides, they might like the concept of it. They wear it over the face and then they go, oh, I can't see, or it's irritating.
Once again, do you think if they have their hair, and I didn't really articulate this very well, hands on my head, but if they've got their hair designed in a certain way that when they put the comb in, or the hairdresser does, that it sort of just glides in front of their face.
Yeah.
But then I think if you've got wind or
Yeah,
what
I'd
have
say-
you, it still could hit.
Well, it also depends if you're doing a flat set or the gathered. So I
Yes.
think if you want it to sit a little bit more away from your face, you are better off going something that's gathered on your head, because it does, the puff then comes out.
Yes.
But then that gives it a very different look to than if you're wanting to go that really elegant style, which is flat set.
Yeah.
But the flat does then literally
No, that's true. I mean, we
Do you know what I
see, and this is the joy and, you know, the difficulty with social media
Yeah.
is the fact that you see an image and you go, oh my goodness, she's got the blusher or the veil over her face. She looks amazing. And that's a photo, which you can capture. But to have the reality, as you say, of putting it on, walking down the aisle with whomever is giving you away, if you've got someone giving you away, some couples come down together, whatever it may be. But how does that really feel?
Yes, on the day, because
Photographically, it's stunning.
yes, and that's the thing. The photos are stunning, and I think that's where you look at it, and a lot of the brides go, "I love the capture of this. Or I love the vision of this." But I know that there are some photographers, and this is my brides sharing these stories with me.
Yeah.
Is you could even have, if it's just for a photo, you could even have your single tear veil, and
All right,
they
we've got
just
one here.
put it over.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, if I was just going to do a little,
Not
practice
that one.
myself,
You choose that
this
one
one
then.
is
Yeah.
there. So if that's, I mean, that's a single tear, right? So that one isn't meant to go over the face.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But if you did do a photo, or if you wanted to capture a photo, they've just done it like this.
Yes.
You know?
They just reverse it.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
that
just sort
looks
of wear
lovely
it
with the
like
handle.
that, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, so
I've
then,
seen a bit of that.
exactly.
And then you've got, it's really stark against the black.
Yeah. You won't be wearing black.
I know, but yeah.
But is it to me this? And again, it depends on some brides. I mean, I don't have fake eyelashes or anything like that. But say it was my hair and that's flat set.
Yeah.
To me, that's bothering me.
Already.
But that's just me. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Already. To me,
Okay.
that's quite,
Okay.
oh, I can't see.
Yeah.
But I have some brides that love it like that. But for photos, if it's just for a photo op,
Yeah.
I know you could easily just do a single tear and have it like that.
So you could do that at your wedding. If you
Absolutely.
choose single tier
Yeah.
and you want to have some of those atmospheric ones, what's really popular is to get the two couple underneath it.
Yes.
And if you're going for a plainer veil,
Yeah.
or if you're going for a lace veil, whatever, to
Yes.
bring that together.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I would be going just based on what I have, because if I'm going to be doing, a traditional outfit as well for my main, I would be looking to potentially do a plain one.
Yes. So Shenali's wearing a sari for her service, and then she's changing into an incredible dress.
Heavy dress. which I'm
Incredible
excited
dress.
for. Yes.
So you've got a veil with your sari.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. I will be doing that because that
So
is.
is your sari once again beaded? Is there a lot going on that you can't have lace because it'd be all flat?
Yeah. Well, it depends. TBC on the sari. I don't know exactly.
Okay.
I haven't picked one yet.
Okay.
But I think most of them have got detail in it. So in my mind, if I'm starting to style it, I would already automatically think
Yeah.
that I would go a much more simpler route.
Yes.
But I'd have to wait till
Yeah.
I get it. But
Absolutely.
but that's an option. I know. I just know that I wouldn't want to walk down the aisle with it over my face.
Okay. And what about the concept of not wearing one at all?
Yeah. I mean, we have brides do that.
Many though, really.
No. It's funny, as I said, we used to. So obviously I've done this for 10 years as well now.
That was when we had the flower. The
Flower
flower crown.
crown.
That was huge.
It was a flower crown.
Yeah, nearly a decade ago now, folks, but about a decade ago, it was all about the flower crown.
Yeah.
And some of the brides would then attach a veil to the back end of the flower crown.
Yes.
Or not at all.
Yeah. I mean, I still have girls that decide they don't want to. And we've actually got the accessories now, like the neck scarf.
Yes.
Or even sort of a shawl type situation where if they're going to do another version of a neck scarf, it is a neck scarf, but you have it sort of draped over your chest, over the shoulders, and then it flows really beautifully. Otherwise, girls just put some accessories in their hair as an alternative if you're not doing.
Okay, so after the veil for you, if we're talking you, you're wearing a veil that you're feeling pretty much committed to. You want to use it as a prop for your photographs, which makes great sense. And that, people fluffing it because those photos are always amazing.
Yeah.
What will you then have in your hair afterwards when you come to the ceremony, not the ceremony, the reception. Thank you. Yeah, the reception and its party. Truthfully, I also share this. Back in the 80s and 90s, the veil would stay on for the entirety.
Even if it was that long?
Yep.
So how are you dancing with it when
They
it's
wouldn't.
that long?
They'd have everything. They had the wrist loop and they had it all wound around. And
Oh, no.
and oftentimes the bride was huffing and puffing by the end. She's like,
That's what I imagine, because you've got like your champagne
they
in
were
your
sitting
hand.
there with all of her veil poking out. If anybody's getting married now, ask your mums, particularly those that got married sort of mid-80s to early 90s. Have a look at their weddings. They all look adorable, but it was all with the big poofy veil. Yeah.
I can imagine, but I couldn't imagine having the long veil when you're trying to dance. I'm sure
I remember this
there
particular
must
lady.
be a story of somebody ripping that veil. Or
Look,
something.
it was one of those instances that I have to share.
Yeah.
Where I was the plus one that we talked about in our previous episode.
Yeah.
I didn't know either of them.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah. Okay, don't tell me. Did you step on their veil, Julie? That was the question. Did you step?
No,
or did you veil?
I stayed put and ate the rubber chicken. I was fantastic. It was a different world though. It was a different time and it was a different world.
Yeah.
I love that you and our modern brides can come in and say, I'm curating this day.
Yeah.
And it's got a vibe, it's got a set, it's got to be a certain way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to flow through. But they're able to pick up those traditions.
Yes.
Because we do, as we say, have the mother's veil.
Yes.
Which if it's been stored well.
Yeah, I actually
it's
think
not
that's
yellow.
quite lovely. I know.
Yeah.
I think that's a really lovely sentiment if you're lucky enough to have your mum's veil or a family heirloom veil. That's a really beautiful thing. I really think a veil is now more so than it is just as important as your dress, because I think it is like what we said, it's the frosting, it's that cherry on the top where you've got this beautiful wedding dress and you do need to complete it with the veil look. And every time, like we have brides obviously here so often, every time I've put a veil on, if you are a veil person, I have put on veils and they go, oh my God, no, get it off me. But if you are someone that loves to wear a veil, it does bring it that bridal
finesses
feel.
that moment.
Instead of it just sort of being, okay, I'm just wearing a dress, it just caps it all off really beautifully. To come back to your previous question, Julie, in terms of what would I do after once I wear the veil, I'm a pretty simple gal, so I would probably just not put anything in my hair, and I'm just gonna do more like I'm more of a statement earring kind of girl and jewelry. So I'd probably style it up more with jewelry and just let my hair flow out.
Yeah, because I was asking from the point of view that what used to happen is and then there was a lot of crystals in the hair.
You didn't just take the veil part off and then you had
we are bombarded by people trying to ask us to represent various crystally things, but our brides tend to be this sort of veil person, single tier, maybe double, and elegant and
very much so.
Not let's keep putting stuff on.
Yeah. It's if it's detail, it's quite it's coming to that more vintage feel, which is what we're seeing currently right now. So it's all the vintage vibe, or it's your very romantic, feminine, ethereal, which is with the 3D. We do have a bit of the 3D floral or 3D embellishments as well, which I'm seeing come through if it's not a really simple veil.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think one of the key factors as well, which is unique to us, because we work specifically with one particular lady called Stacey Popovsky, and she's a Victorian-based designer.
Incredible.
And absolutely incredible. Everything is handmade in her studio. She hand sews everything. She puts it all together. She uses the finest quality chalk. Yeah, sounds like a pitch. I'm sorry, but but you can. The reason I'm saying this is that you can buy veils very, very cheaply across various online platforms.
Yeah.
And I look at them and they're $15, $17. And it's like, well, you can't even get the
beautiful fabric.
The fabrics to make that.
Yeah.
And we've had brides that have come in and gone, look, I did the online thing. It seemed like a good idea.
Yeah.
But when they took delivery of it, the colour was just clashing.
Yes.
And that's one thing we can do here.
Yes.
Is we make sure that it matches and in your case as well, we'll make sure that the chill colour will match your veil perfectly, and it won't be made in a way that wouldn't stand up to scrutiny when you put it that way.
Well, I mean, that's also quite nice in the sense of when you're trying your dress on, whether you're getting your veil in the same time as your dress or whether you need those extra couple of months to just sort of process it. I also think it's really nice, and it probably works best when you are trying your veil in with the dress too, so it does match, because again, it is those finessing and those small details do affect the overall look. You know, if you are wearing this really beautiful dress and you've got a stark white veil on your head,
Yes.
like
That's abrasive almost.
yeah, it's that really crunchy fabric that's sort of sitting out. Like, again, you've just sort of, you know, taken away the beauty of what the overall look is. So it is important, veil, jewelry and shoes. You don't have to overthink it. That's not what we're sort of saying in terms of go into this complete detail, but it is important how you finish those things off. You know, it's like,
yeah, and you can choose your length as well.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't want to do, I mean, again, when I was doing a little bit of research on veils to sort of see what brides are looking at now, they were sort of saying online that the cathedral length veils are sort of something coming in on trend right now. So again, that's sort of
so your cathedral. What is it?
300 meters, 3 meters? Yeah, about
just
that.
over 3 meters.
Yeah, so,
give or take.
Yeah, so that's kind of what is a lot of brides are going for. But again, you can do whatever length you want. The veil is a representation of you and your personal style. So if you're not a long veil and you don't want to fuss on that, go shorter. Yeah, that's fine. But at least you have the veil to just top that up.
Yeah, and that's another thing is you get it made to the length that you want.
Yes. Yeah.
So
because even say for me, I'm short, right?
Yes.
So technically, even if you've got like the cathedral length veil, to me, that would go well past.
Yes.
So I could have a slightly shorter one and it still look dramatic enough because I'm quite short.
Yes.
Different with a taller girl as well. So when you're trying it on with the dress and even the length of your train, it's always good to try your veil with the dress and look at it and pair it up together.
Yeah. So you've got your gown, you haven't got your veil. And we hear our brides saying, yes, and this goes into another conversation about all of the information that is out there. When will you choose your veil? And knowing that as well, our brides are saying to us, exactly. Some will go, yeah, this is my look. Great.
Yes.
Done. Yes. Tick the box. Others say, look, I don't want the journey to end.
Yes.
I'll come back.
Yes.
And that's the truth for some.
Absolutely.
And others are like, I can't think about it. No, I'm done.
Yes.
This has been big enough.
Yes.
When will you make that decision?
I would say if you don't feel ready doing it the same time as your dress, because as we said, it is making a decision on your dress is already, you know, an exciting and exhilarating and nervous and everything. It's a big moment saying yes to the dress.
Yes.
If you want to wait on the veil, I would be saying you want to get the veil because it does take even a little bit of time, not as much as a dress. 3 months out from your wedding,
okay,
I would go. I mean, I know Popovsky, who's our Melbourne-based, she can make it sooner or later if you need to. But
she can do it in 2 weeks.
Exactly. So she's great and she's amazing. So if anybody does need it in a shorter time and you feel like you need to do it in a shorter time, we can do that. Yeah. But I always think 3-4 months, that would be me. Because that's long enough. Like that's when you're coming in doing your fittings. Because I'd love to have all of my styling pieces before you have your dress moment. Because then you can try it on with it and see how it all pieces together.
Yeah, because when your dress comes in, it's brand new and no one's worn it.
It's been fitted. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, or even if it's something when you're in the momentum of it, is give yourself 2 months, even 2 or 3 months after you've got your dress. You know, so you're in the zone of the styling. And then you can come back another 2 or 3 months after that.
Absolutely. Thing that we saw just before we close off is the crochet, the concept of the crocheted head
you
dress.
were talking about that. Tell me, what is it?
Well, it looks like a doily that you've got on your head.
Oh.
But it's, the old crochet thing that they're using it in place of a veil.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what? Just like it just sits flush on your head?
Piece of square fabric that you plonk on your head.
Like literally just a square piece of fabric.
Yes.
Oh,
or longer. You can just do that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one yet.
but it's something for the quirky bride.
Yeah.
Who wants to be within her space. Now we would be able to do that if somebody came into us. And they wanted some sort of headdress, if they wanted pearls, or if they wanted something added or changed or incorporated into their veil.
Yeah.
Because we're working exclusively with Stacey of Popovsky, we can make all of those things happen for them. But I saw that and I just wondered what you thought. It wasn't for my personal style and it won't age well. It's not going to date well.
No.
And that's a question that they're asking us. And I think if anybody is choosing a veil, it's a really important thing, is that it's not going to date badly. If I look back in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, how am I going to look at my wedding day?
Yeah.
And it's the first time I've ever heard it.
Yeah.
They're all
It's
starting
big,
to. Are
yeah.
you thinking that? Do you care what you're going to? Because you're of your time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think I'm more mindful now because I've heard of it so much that I'm trying to not put as much pressure on myself for that. So I'm just sort of in the headspace of, as long as I feel amazing in it right now and I feel great and it suits my vibe of my wedding right now, that's all that I'm thinking about. I'm not really thinking about it for 10 years' time.
Yeah, absolutely. And what advice would you give to brides? Because you're in the moment, you're
Yep.
getting married, you haven't chosen your vow yet, and you've told us 3 months out.
Yeah.
So for you, that's going to be October.
Yes.
About
Yes.
September, please.
I was going to
But
say I could do
October.
it earlier. Yeah.
What would be your advice to them to do it in the moment if you trust her? No.
Yes.
To come back. Just a couple of final thoughts on that.
Well, I think with veil, I definitely think a veil is really important.
Yes.
So, and that's a me personal thing. Obviously, nothing against anyone that doesn't want to wear a veil. It's absolutely fine to not wear one if that doesn't feel like it's you. But if you definitely love a veil, I think if you could do it with the dress, it gives you a much, much better look.
Yeah.
If not, I think come back in a couple of months' time to still try it on with the dress. I definitely think the veil, because it's an extension accessory to your gown and your look, is to try it on, even if it's not your exact gown, even if it's with a sample that you've tried on. It's definitely worth trying it together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So the
veil.
takeaway is whether you want to wear to veil or not to veil.
To veil or not to veil.
Try one on and see how you feel.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yep, nothing lost.
Nothing lost at all. If you guys have enjoyed the episode that we've just had on veils, please subscribe to the video. You can send a like. And if you have any comments or thoughts about veils, if you've chosen to wear one, if you don't want to wear one, any thoughts at all, or even advice, we're here to help. So just send a comments as well.